Okay, so the new episode of Adventure Time Disneyland just came out this Thursday, and I gotta say, it's amazing. I actually recorded a whole video of me reacting to it, but there was a bit of an issue with that recording, and I can't use it anymore. I couldn't find any place that actually has the episode yet, but I say just give it some time, and eventually someone will post the episode somewhere so you can watch it. But as of now, I think only HBO HBO Max people are the ones that can actually watch it. So spoiler warning, I'm gonna be talking about some certain things from the episode that I found interesting and brought up some questions, so you have been warned. Alright? Okay. If you go to the HBO Max YouTube channel, you can see the first 4 minutes of the episodes, and it's BMO singing a song about potatoes and the universe and stuff. So at first, before watching the whole episode, I thought that this was after the whole, Adventure Time series. After they battled the final battle with the final boss with Glob. Is it Glob? Anyways, so I thought that it was afterwards. After watching the video, you see at the very end that BMO arrives at Ooo on Earth, and he sees a little, I don't know, I'm guessing 9-year-old Finn with a teenage Jake playing swords at the treehouse. So it's a whole mind-boggling thing. What? This was all before everything we knew? That's my first point. That's the first big point. It's what? Oh my god, this was before anything, before the current thing that we think is everything, So I was really surprised in that moment. Another thing is there's two antagonists in this series. There's Mr. M and Hugo. Hugo looks like a elf. BMO calls them an elf. Calls them elves. Later, almost at the end of the episode, we find out that Hugo and all the other elves are actually humans that escaped Earth before the Great Mushroom War. They got lost in space. Excuse me, I had to burp. They got lost in space, and then they got saved by the aliens that I think come to Earth every so often and impregnate tree trunks in one episode. And I know, out of context that sounds so weird. I think in context that just sounds weird too. So they get saved by those aliens, and then they get genetically modified into those elf people. So afterwards, they drift in space some more, and then they get saved by what we see is Olive in the trailer. So after they get there, they get to this whole facility thing where a bunch of species of different aliens live there. And after Hugo arrives, everything goes bad. It goes to poo-poo, alright? It goes bad. Here's my second theory. Like I said, there's two antagonists. There's Hugo and Mr. M. Mr. M, we don't really get to see his face. He's just this humanoid-looking dude with a weird M on his screen face. I say screen face because it's a TV screen and it moves like sound waves every time he talks. But it's the shape of an M. And that character sounds like Martin, like Finn's dad, and has the same voice actor. I think that is Finn's dad. Because the first time we see Finn's dad is when Finn goes to the Citadel and finds him. But we never know how Finn's dad gets, what crime he does to get to the Citadel. We know that the Citadel is a high security prison where cosmic crime, people who commit cosmic crimes go there. So BMO arrives after, the whole retrieving the material for the bad guy. It's the classic good guy thinks that the true good guy thinks that another character is a good guy, but he's actually a bad guy. And the bad guy unintentionally, the good guy offers his help to the bad guy without knowing that he's a bad guy, and the bad guy's yo, get me this. So then the good guy gets the thing, and then by the time he gets it, it's too late to like save the world, but then they save the world anyway in the nick of time. So we're in that save the world anyway, nick of time part. BMO arrives on his space lord with Y5, and then they're like, "Yo, who was stealing our supplies and our resources?" And then who's like, "I did. What you gonna do about it?" Deuces. And then he like starts like heading off and charging his pod. So then the town people are like, "Yo, stop him." So then they use a bunch of space lords to break the pod that he's in and throw it into space. And Mr. M tries to fly away but falls in the pod as the space lords are pushing it into space. So then the pod goes in a different direction and Mr. M, it goes all floating into space. And now the facility is out of resources. And BMO's like, "Okay, it's time for the sheriff to move on." And then he jumps on a space lord and goes back to Earth. And he leaves. So the Y5 is saying, "Oh, we can work together to make this place a better place." And that's the end of the episode. Well, the end of the episode is when BMO arrives to Earth and we see, the teenage Jake and little 9-year-old Finn. And it's like, whoa. But that's not the point. I'm trying to explain my second theory, that M is Mr. Martin. Mr. M is Martin. So, I had a point. Oh yeah. So we don't know how Martin got to the Citadel. But maybe this is the thing that got him into the Citadel. In order to get into the Citadel, you have to commit a cosmic crime. But what consists of a cosmic crime? We know that a cosmic crime is if you wake up one of the dreamers, like the Lich did in that episode, where Finn goes and meets his dad. So what else would be considered a cosmic crime? I saw a Reddit post. I'll have the image up here. Of like a theory of why Martin went to the Citadel, and their thing is that, like, what it was saying is that Martin caused the extinction of Earthlings, of humans. But from the series, we know that that's not technically true. They're still humans. They're just lazy and stuff. So it can't be that. But I think it could be for causing the extinction of these other alien species, because we don't know for sure that those aliens were the last of their species. First of all, we don't know how Martin even got to the Citadel, what crime he committed. But this could be a potential candidate for what happened. He probably was the one who created the plan of stealing the resources from this facility where all of these aliens lived. And if those were they left the facility in a terrible place, almost zero resources, and there was a bunch of people living there. So it doesn't seem that impossible that they would all die off, and probably a lot of species in the universe just died there. So that could be considered a cosmic crime. And that's maybe why he was sent into the Citadel. Even though the suit that Mr. M uses is different from the suit that Martin uses when he exits the Citadel. But maybe he finds other, you know how Martin does his thing. Anyways. There's also this spiky dude we see in the marketplace when Wi-Fi and BMO are escaping from the elves and the shells. And, yeah, he looks exactly like the dude that escapes with Martin when he escapes the Citadel. So, coincidence? Maybe, maybe not. Anyways, I think that's all. I was surprised that BMO found, the whole episode. Oh, I have one more thing to mention. So, I thought that this was going to be a series of BMO, but it's not. The episode title is BMO. So that leads me to think that maybe in future episodes, there's going to be other characters from their, like, stories of other characters and their points of view. Like maybe Marceline and the Ice King when they were traveling or maybe something to do with Princess Bubblegum. Or maybe even the reincarnations of Finn and Jake. We don't know. Or maybe even like a Rat Bear or something. I don't know. I see this show has a lot of possibilities, and I think they're doing a great job. I know it's just the first episode, but I think it's great. So to recap, the whole BMO episode happens before any of the events in the Adventure Time that we know that came out first. Point 2 is that I think my theory is that Mr. M was actually Martin, wandering space with his memory loss and, potential brain issues from getting hit in the head. And that it seems that this series of Adventure Time Distant Lands is going to be of the point of view of different characters from the series and at different times. And I feel like it's like our job to piece them together into the story. But yeah, it was a beautiful episode. I really liked it. I wish there was more to it. I kind of wish that everything happens, but part of me wants it to continue as a BMO series with Adventures of BMO, but part of me also wants to see other characters and their own adventures. Because I really like the character Y5. She was pretty cool. And yeah, I thought it was a good story. Very good episode. 10 out of 10. 11 out of 10. 100,000 out of 10. Okay, maybe not that much. Let's keep it at 15 out of 10. Really good episode. I'm really glad. I hope it doesn't take, months for the next episode. I hope it's like at the most like a month per episode. It would be great if it was bi-weekly or weekly, but animating is hard. So, I'm just glad we're getting episodes. I'm just glad Adventure Time is, back in our lives and stuff. Anyways, I hope you have a super nice day and be the best you can be and be safe. Please be safe out there. It's dangerous out there. Wear a mask. Wash your hands. 6 feet apart. Don't be stupid. Alright, take care.